Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. Today we're going to be looking at an event idea I've come up with, and this is a Happy Little Elves event. Now, I do want to say this event is bad. I mean, like, not terrible, but it certainly isn't a great event if they were to scrape everything they possibly could and more, because even the Happy Little Elves, I went through all the Happy Little Elves skits, there isn't enough in any of them for us to justify a major event. So I've had to take other stuff to kind of justify it. Yeah, and I think if you really wanted a Happy Little Elves event, you could definitely do it with this kind of content here. I mean, there might be some other things they could add as well, like different buildings they could tie in, because they do this often. And I've tried my best to kind of tie in certain buildings, as you'll see in my awful, really rushed quest line that I did. It's not great, but I just tried to kind of get a quest line so it will tie all this together. I do want to say as well, I haven't got any tasks for the characters, just because I kind of ran to a point where I was like, this is going to be hard, I can't be bothered. So there isn't any tasks, but I have got a full quest line, so there's that. Now, also, yeah, so I asked you guys on my Discord if you want to see this, and a few of you said yes, so I thought I'd publish it. So this could be a Christmas event, although even though I kind of intended for this to be a Christmas event, the story didn't come out that way, so it's not really a Christmas event at all. So, I mean, this could be added at Christmas, I guess. It does have the Happy Little Elves, which normally, like, they first appeared in the Christmas episode, but really they don't have anything to do with Christmas. They're more a parody of the Smurfs than anything. But, yeah, I don't know. They could tie it to Christmas, I guess. But here's what I've come up with. So the starting quest line is with Xmas around the corner. Again, like I said, I started with Xmas, but it really didn't go into that. Lisa's happy to rewatch her favourite holiday movie. She invites her fellow Springfielders to join her, so make Lisa rewatch Happy Little Elves, save Christmas, make Springfielders watch Xmas movies. Bart stops the film to play Dash Dingo instead. Lisa gets angry and wishes that she could have one year where she could watch the Happy Little Elves in peace. Homer sees Lisa is upset and asks Frink if there's a way to bring the elves into the real world. Make Homer watch Frink bring Happy Little Elves to the real world. Make Lisa sulk. And this will start the event. And then Gil will be here. He will be giving you a Gil's deal. So you can get the Hank Azaria poster, Happy Little Elves movie poster, which is here, which will just be a big kind of like purple wall with this poster on it. Nothing too fancy, but I can't really come up with anything else, to be honest with you. And you get Hank Azaria with that. Now, the reason why it's 170 donuts is Hank Azaria, I initially intended anyway, for him to be a unique character, like God, that he has a load of tasks and he can earn. I was thinking maybe he could earn land tokens by like animating, for example, or like I know he's not an animator, but or like work on a new show, and that generates a land tokens possibly. So I was thinking maybe he could generate land tokens. That's why it justifies the price. Also, he's going to be able to be used in every single act. So yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I think this would be really cool. Of course, this movie poster appeared with Hank Azaria in it. Again, like I said, parodying the Smurfs. Yeah, so I think it would make sense to add him in the game. It'd be kind of cool and kind of meta to get him, and he's appeared in The Simpsons before, as you can see here. These are his 2 appearances here, so I don't know. I think it would be kind of cool to see him. So then we have Act 1. So you get Bubbles' car here for 30 donuts. This will have This will obviously unlock an animation for Bubbles to drive around in his car. And then you can also buy the honey pot with Bubbles for 150 donuts. Now the honey pot will earn cash. It will be, a building. And yeah, I don't know. I think it could be an okay building. It's not terrible. And Bubbles will have a task to fall into the honey pot. So there's his 2 animated tasks right there. And then we go into Act 1. So Bubbles arrives but ignores Lisa and he's mad about the amount of merch for the Happy Little Elves. Make Bubbles take Texan to court. If you've bought Bubbles. If not, it will just be make Springfielders buy merch and make Lisa sulk some more. And this will unlock the Texan Happy Little Elves stand. So this is it here. So this appeared in a Krusty the Clown episode. So you just get this big stand with these little elves on it as a decoration. So the blue-haired lawyer tells Bubbles he has no case, as he is not the owner of his own copyright. Bubbles decides to attack Happy Little Elves mobile game, so you make Bubbles attack mobile games, make Springfielders play Happy Little Elves mobile games, and make Lisa delete Happy Little Elves mobile game. And this will unlock the Happy Little Elves village, which we got recently. Or you'll get 20 donuts, and it's the same for the other stuff as well. So I have had to done this, and this isn't just because I kind of want to tie in old stuff. This is generally because I can't create a task otherwise, because I can't create a full prize track because there is really not enough stuff. So yeah, that's what you'll get there. And then of course the blue-haired lawyer comes back saying he still has no case. Bubbles instead rallies the Happy Little Elves to storm Texan and stop them from stealing Happy Little Elves merch. So you make the town watch a mob of Happy Little Elves, make Lisa stop Texan, and then if you earn Bubbles, you make Bubbles rally Happy Little Elves, and this will unlock Texan, which is this little kind of gas station here. I think this one would be kind of cool because it does tie into the merch. This is the company that was selling the merch. And then the Happy Little Elves stop Texan from selling the merch, but Comic Book Guy is still selling the merch. Make Bubbles storm Comic Book Guy, make Springfielders browse under a dungeon, and make Lisa burn her merch. And this will unlock Baby Must Have as a decoration. So I don't think this one should be a character because we've never actually seen it come to life. It's always been, the only time we saw it was portrayed as merch. So I think it doesn't really make sense for them to add it as a character personally. I don't think. So yeah, it should just be like a little, maybe it could be large, just a large decoration, I think. And then finally, Bubbles needs reinforcements and asks Frink to bring his friends into the real world. Make Bubbles watch Frink, make Lisa stop Comic Book Guy's merch selling, make Springfielders stop buying merch, and this will unlock Cherry, and Cherry will be a full playable character like Bubbles. So moving on, we go on to Act 2. So the store will have the Curious Bear Cub with the magic box. So again, the magic box will generate cash. This is like, I don't know, his home, so I don't know, they open it in the Happy Little Elves thing, they open it and he's in there. So I don't know, maybe this is like his kennel or something, I'm not sure. Or it was like, I really don't know, but I think he lives in there. So I don't know, it makes sense for it to be a building, I guess, in the context of the show, of the show within the show. And yeah, the Curious Bear Cub I think is a cool character. So 150 donuts, I think it's a fair price. I think it'd be kind of cool. They will unlock a animation for, I think it's Yendor, where like he's riding the Curious Bear Cub around. So yeah. And then you also get a mushroom for 2 donuts, or it could be cash. I mean, I probably prefer it to be cash, to be honest, but with the game, it normally does this kind of stuff in donuts. But this will only unlock after you've unlocked it in the prize track, so this is this mushroom here. So you make Bubbles and Cherry pressure Frink into bringing back the rest of the elves, but Frink tells them that the machine needs honey from their world in order to do so. Lisa offers to help Bubbles, and he accepts her help. Make Cherry look for honey, make Lisa help find honey, and make Springfielders eat their honey supply. And this will unlock the Happy Little Elves Hotel Suite, which is right here. I think maybe this could be like kind of cut off as its own little building. It could be kind of cool. Homer reveals that the town is honey-free. Bubbles is angry and demands the real world stop stealing their natural resources. Make Cherry protest natural resources, or natural resource harvesting maybe. Make Lisa help protest. Make Springfielders pretend they didn't do anything. And this will unlock the Happy Little Elves ride in Pandaland thing. So again, it's a returning thing, but like I said, I had to kind of do this. Lisa reveals she knows where some Happy Little Elves mushrooms may be growing. Mr. Burns... Oh, wait. Yeah. Mr. Burns' plant. Mr. Burns denies this, telling Smithers to gather an angry mob to help him. Make Cherry raid the plant, make Lisa stop the mob, and make Springfielders form an angry mob. And this will unlock your shrooms. And then finally, Frank says that the mushroom won't work. It needs to be honey. That's native to the Happy Little Elves land. Lisa decides it will be a good idea to look at old episodes to look for clues. Make Cherry relive memories in VHS form. Make Lisa play Happy Little Elves, and make Springfielders plant Happy Little Elves shrooms. And this will unlock lackluster video, which yeah, could be kind of cool. So this is obviously where videos are. Lisa finds a clue in an episode where the honey pot is first featured. It is sponsored by the Quickie Mart. Apu panics and tells Sanjay to form an angry mob. Make Cherry raid the Quickie Mart, make Lisa stop the mob, and make Springfielders form an angry mob. And this will unlock Doofy. Frink says that basically Frink will say, I didn't need honey after all. Like it says money, not honey. So I don't know, some joke. And this will unlock Doofy. So Doofy is another. I think Doofy, Yendor, Bubbles, Cheery, and Moldy and the Curious Bear Cub are the 6 that appear the most. So the others, there's Brainy, and I think there's another one as well. They're not as they don't appear as much, but yeah. Anyway, so Act 3. There is the Happy Little Elves house. Now there is a shot of the house, but it's so blurry that it doesn't matter. So here's the inside of the house. I don't know. This is gonna be I think this is gonna be something that the tablet creators are gonna have to kind of make original, do an original take on, which is annoying. But there really isn't any other way to get around it. So yeah, this will be Little Elves house, and this will unlock Yendor for 150 donuts, and of course Yendor will be a full playable character. And you'll also have the flower for a donut, but this won't unlock until you've unlocked it in the prize track. So anyway, Cheery, Bubbles, Doofy, Yendor, and comic book. Oh wait, no, Curious Bear Cub want more people and ask Lisa to look for more clues. They storm the town hall, demanding to have a re-election for Happy Little Elves representation. Make Lisa look for more clues. Make Springfielders attend Happy Little Elves parade, and this will unlock Video Village, because obviously she's looking for more clues. Quimby decides to give in to their commands and decides to keep his position by encouraging Happy Little Elves immigration. Make Quimby pass bills, make Springfielders welcome Happy Little Elves, and this will unlock this thingy, the thing that you had in that one Christmas where it releases all the Happy Little Elves. So this is what you will unlock. And then go back. Bubbles decides to release more Happy Little Elves, but still doesn't have Moldy, their true elder/leader. He decides to stock VHS and DVD stores with more Happy Little Elves content. Maturi and Doofy do that, obviously. Make Lisa hand out DVDs. Make Springfielders buy Happy Little Elves video, and this will unlock the Crapbuster video, which is seen here. I think maybe we could also have a joke about VHS and DVDs basically being obsolete because of digital. So they're like, oh, what do we do now? I don't know, it could be kind of funny to see their sort of plans failing. But anyway, Homer watches Happy Little Elves point out the episode where they pick flowers. If you play the tape backwards, it says Moe's. A little callback to that one episode. I don't know, I like that gag. Make Homer grab a drink. Make Springfielders storm Moe's, and this will unlock the flower. Moe will admit that he was using it to brew alcohol or something. And then Frink says, the last ingredient needed, that is the last ingredient needed, and he adds it to the machine. As this happens, Bubbles decides to storm the town hall. Make Cheery and Doofy storm the town hall, make Lisa help, and make the town watch in horror, and this will unlock Moldy. So you get Moldy as your kind of as the final prize, which will be a playable character. I think he's my favourite, to be honest. And then final votes are in. Moldy beats Quimby and is now mayor. So yeah, so then we come to the Act 4 store. You get Captain Cook with Captain Cook's ship. As you can see, it's a very blurry image, but there you are, that's his ship. So this will obviously be placed in the water, and Captain Cook will be a full playable character. I think, obviously he's the villain for Happy Little Elves, so I think in his quest line there will be, obviously him battling the Happy Little Elves, but I don't think it should take precedent in the main quest line, just because it's not really that explored. So it will be in his quest line, but not in the Happy Little Elves one. Yeah, but I think he'd definitely be kind of cool to get. And anyway, Act 4. As his first act, Moldy decides to overturn every cinema with Happy Little Elves content. Moe warns Moldy that this isn't wise. Make Moldy enact new law, make Springfielders watch Happy Little Elves content everywhere, and this will unlock Springfield X. Now, Springfield X is a porn theatre, but I defend myself as Happy Little Elves meet Fuzzy Snuckleduck is coming soon to cinema. Lisa is excited to see him. Make Lisa watch the film. Make Springfielders flock to the premiere. Make Moldy make new plans, and this will unlock the Elves canon. But the reason why I put the porn feature is because there's an episode where, if you just search this up, there's an episode called where you see a screenshot. I think it's like adult content list in a hotel room that Homer goes to, or Marge goes to, I'm not sure. But there is a little thing that says Happy Little Elves meet Fuzzy Snuggleduck, and this is on the adult channel, so there's clearly porn versions of the Happy Little Elves. So for that reason, I think it's justified to add the Springfield X, as long as they don't overtly say it's porn. I mean, you get around it. There is I know they say it's a kids game, but You get around it by just not sort of overtly saying. Like if you just say this, and then any like diehard fans will get what it means. Anyway, so this will unlock the Elves canon, which is here. Of course, this was in a previous update, but you get to get this, or you get 20 donuts, like I said. Springfielders are sick of Happy Little Elves content, or are sick of it, so you make... and are sick of it. Oh, okay. Make Springfielders ride around to escape Happy Little Elves, make Moldy Fire Elves content everywhere, and this will unlock the return of the Happy Little Elves poster. So this appeared in the Tracy Ullman show, but I think it'd be kind of neat if they gave it to us, so it'd just be a big kind of poster saying now playing. I don't know. Springfielders begin to push back against Happy Little Elves, make Springfielders overhaul Moldy's rule, make Moldy flee, make Lisa choose elves over humanity, and this will unlock the Alimax Theatre, nature's biggest holes. Yeah, I think this would be kind of cool building to have. And it ties in with the film, kind of the film theme as I call it. Anyway, Quimby is now mayor again, and it decides to celebrate by hosting his new rule with a non-Happy Little Elves movie, and then a new IMAX theatre. Make Lisa watch film, make Springfielders watch film, make Lisa shelter the elves, and you make Moldy sulk in failure. And this will unlock Brainy. And now he only appeared in one episode, but the reason why I think he should be added is, one, he's the only other named elf we have, and also I think it would be kind of cool to have a nice little contrast with Frink. So the final kind of tasks will be Brainy and Frink coming up with an idea for a joint rule. They're both really, really smart. They're both two of the smartest people from their worlds, so they're trying to make up with a new idea. So they kind of come up with this idea that there should be a leader for humans and a leader for the elves. And then eventually you make Quimby rule humans, and you make the Moldy rule the Happy Little Elves. And then Brainy will have a whole kind of quest line. I think Brainy's quest line should be something with Frink. It could be kind of cool to see him and Frink. Obviously, if you don't have Frink unlocked, then it will just be Brainy. But yeah, it will be involved. Frink will still be involved in the quest line. Obviously, Captain Cook's quest line should probably be him battling the elves. Moldy's quest line should be him as a leader and him as an elder, and him trying to teach the elves how to lead and stuff like that. Yendor, I have no idea. Neither do I for Doofy. To be honest, I don't have an idea for a load of them. But yeah, I don't know. There's something there. I think they definitely could do a mini event for Happy Little Elves, and it would be quite good. There's just the only issue with it is there's a lot of characters in it, so that if they were to do a Happy Little Elves update, I want them to add them all. I want to see at least, obviously in this picture here, we have Bubbles, I think, and then we have Yendor and Doofy. I'm not sure which one's which. We can work it out. Doofy is the one with the big pointy hat. So this one is Doofy, I'm pretty sure, and this one's Yendor. So yeah, Bubbles, Doofy, Yendor, and then there's also obviously Cheery, who actually doesn't appear in that many, but Cheery as well, because obviously she's the only female elf, so I think it makes sense to add her. And I want to see Moldy too, plus the Curious Bear Cub, because he's kind of cool looking. And also Captain Cook as well. I think it's kind of necessary to add him as well, because he's the villain for them. So, like, regardless, if they just do this update, they have to add all of them but Brainy. But Brainy's like the only one that isn't. He hasn't appeared. He's only appeared in one, but the rest have appeared in more than one. So, more than one like kind of Happy Little Elves episode where Happy Little Elves was featured. So, I don't know. Personally, I would like to see all the characters added if they were to do an event. So maybe a kind of stretched out big event is the right thing to do. I do want these characters in the game. I think it would be kind of cool to get them. You know, we got Itchy and Scratchy in the game now, which is great. We only got them last year, which is very surprising. And we've got like other things as well. We've never got the Happy Little Elves. And apart from Happy Little Elves, the only other one I can think of is Malibu Stacy that we haven't got. We haven't got like a kind of version of Malibu Stacy in the game either. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be really awesome to get them in the game. We've got things like Dash Dingo as well, actually, and the Stick 'em Up Walrus. So yeah, I definitely would like to see them as playable characters as well. I would be kind of disappointed if they were added as NPCs, because there's like characters like Stick 'em Up Walrus who are like I would consider less than this. Like he has less appearances than or less kind of substance than the Happy Little Elves. Happy Little Elves have been around for ages. They've been a part of the Simpsons for a while, so I think it makes sense to give them all tasks, or at least some of them tasks. But yeah, that's my event. That's what I think they should do. So kind of like a merch theme for Act 1, a almost a like kind of I don't even know what the second act was. I don't remember. Yeah, the honey thing. Oh yeah, it was like looking. Oh yeah, it was. So yeah, Act 1 was a criticism of merch. Act 2 was a criticism of us stealing resources from other countries. I guess, I don't know. I didn't intend it for me to be politically deep, I swear. Act 3 is a criticism of representation and leadership, I guess. I don't know. And then Act 4 is about porn. I don't know. Man, I wrote this task, these quest lines, and I realised how like politically deep some of the messages were. I didn't intend that at all. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts on this event. Tell me your thoughts of what else they could maybe add to make it better. And yeah, I think I'll see you next video. Goodbye.